Today, 18th, 2024.
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a little warmer this morning than yesterday, at least, right?
Almost balmy, I should say. Yeah, don't need to wear the heavy snow jacket, of course, kidding. This morning, cold and relatively quiet today. We got more clouds than sun, and we got a few snow showers possible on the flurry side this evening, so not as snowy. But yeah, this morning, not too cold out compared to yesterday, but still pretty cold. A look at those current conditions right now as you head out the door. It is currently 19 degrees, feels like 11, so about 10 degrees warmer with those feels like temperatures than yesterday morning, and those wind chills will climb into the mid to upper teens with temperatures on paper climbing into the low to mid 20s. Around the state, those temperatures still in the teens right now with mostly cloudy skies picked up at Griffith and Rome. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are seeing some snow showers falling just north of Rome from a Lake Erie snow band, and our attention to the north. Pretty significant snowfall still falling in Jefferson and Lewis counties. Some locations already picking up over 30 inches of snow up there. And for today, again, high at 24 degrees. We're still talking about cloudy conditions throughout the day. Cold, though, relatively quiet. We have a few flurries in the air heading into this evening and more chances for some light snow tomorrow. Timing it all in that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Let's get right to that brand new information on the
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning and welcome back. First off, let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We've got heavy lake effect snow falling up in Lewis and Jefferson counties right here, indicated by that dark blue. Some locations, I'll mention in just a second, picking up a lot of snow up there. You also notice a very thin lake effect snow band just north of Rome, closer to Lee Center it looks like. And as you can see here, it's weaker but still present, showcasing some light snow. And even that, was seeing a few flurries falling up in Old Forge. And as you can see right here, Old Forge and Whiteface showing some indications of light snow falling. But the rest of Central New York is looking relatively quiet here on the New York Mesonet Camera Network. By the way, some locations up near Redfield and up north in portions of Tug Hill already seeing over 30 inches or more of accumulated snow. A lot of snow up there, and the lake effect machine is still in full force. As you look up to, again, Jefferson and Lewis counties. Currently 11 in Old Forge, and very beneficial snowfall. I know a lot of people always want to say that whether you like snow or hate snow, in Old Forge, this is very beneficial to those businesses up there, and you get to finally see those snowmobilers and, of course, those snowmobile trails finally open. But here in Utica, dry weather, dry roads, temperature of 16 degrees. Again, cold today, but we're tracking some more light snow tomorrow. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. With less than a week to go until the New Hampshire primary.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Another cold morning today. Not as bitterly cold as yesterday, but still, you want to grab that heavier winter jacket as you head out the door. A live look at downtown Utica. From our Nexus camera, we're looking at quiet conditions here in the Mohawk Valley, but still a little bit crisp out there as well. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We've got a very thin lake effect snow band just north of Rome in northern Utica County from Lake Erie, but the more impressive band is this lake effect snow, which is still falling in portions of Jefferson and Lewis counties. Some locations already reporting 24 inches, 30 inches, even more. With some local storm reports here in this location in southern Jefferson County. But as you can see here locally, we're talking about a very thin lake effect snow band, which is currently impacting just south of Western in Vienna and parts of Camden as we head into early this morning. Local temperatures in the teens and single digits. 9 Big Moose, 11 Inlet, 16 Whitesboro, 14 Little Falls, 12 in Deedsboro, and to the south. 12 in Sherburne and Norwich, 10 Oneonta, 11 in Cooperstown, and 11 degrees in Sknevis. A look at your day planner. We're talking about temperatures on paper climbing up into the mid-20s, but again, those wind chills will feel a little bit more like the teens. So a little bit warmer than yesterday, but still you're going to want to bundle up. And regarding those wind chills, as we look ahead to the next 4 days, more frigid wind chills heading into Friday, and then early Saturday morning, we're talking about Arctic wind chills, possibly looking at 10, 15 degrees below zero wind chills early Saturday morning before things warm up a little bit as we head into Sunday. And so a look at our skycast for today. We're starting out with a look at lake effect snow north of our area early this morning. This afternoon, we're still monitoring the potential for some lake effect snow off of Lake Erie to form in northern Oneida County. But by this evening, a push of a weak clipper system could produce some light flurries, at most light snow showers over our area as the system weakens and again moves out to the east. And wind direction finally shifts. Looking at seeing quiet conditions finally for areas in the Tug by early Friday morning as you can see that wind direction shift more northerly. And then we're talking about another coastal storm system that is going to mostly miss central New York. But as you can see here, some snow could rise as far north as central Oneida County and of course just north of I-90. Now looking at snowfall forecast totals over the next few days, you can see here stopping the time early Friday morning. Again, a lot of snow up there near the Tug. Additional snowfall expected on top of the stuff they already saw. A dusting, coating, maybe an inch or two in the highest elevations heading into Friday evening. Then heading into Friday night, additional snow from this system right here. Noticing some locations seeing 2 to 4 in the highest hilltops. And then finally, heading into early Saturday, we can see those totals mostly miss, of course, that dome over Utica and Rome that usually doesn't see a lot of snow. And for today, again, a high of 24, mostly overcast skies. Tonight, a low of 16 with, again, mostly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast, light snow possible tomorrow, breezy on Saturday, but again, downright cold. A high of 12, a low of 0. I'm thinking that Friday night or Saturday night, both of those nights, we could see temperatures fall below 0. Not officially just yet, but those are the days to monitor.
Yeah, definitely a chilly weekend, especially for those Bills fans that we keep talking about heading up to Buffalo for the playoff game.
Yeah, very cold as you head out there.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:23. Still ahead on...
Watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And I know you mentioned in the past some of your family members are big Bills fans. Anyone venturing into those frigid temperatures this weekend for the playoff game?
As far as I know, no for now, but of course, I wouldn't be so surprised if some of my friends end up going as well. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Wow.
I know a home game against the Chiefs, who the Bills have consistently played in Arrowhead over the past few years. They finally get to play at home in the playoffs.
Yeah, probably about, 10 degrees maybe.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be cold there. Now, for today, it's also going to be a little cold. Not as cold as yesterday, but we take a look at those temperatures officially at Griffinson Rome. 19 with a feels like of 11. So yesterday morning, it was below 0 for the feels like temp. So a little bit more balmy, if you want to call it that, this morning. Around the state, those temperatures are still very similar, 19, 20, 19, and then you're seeing 12 and 14 down in Hamilton, 11 up in Saranac Lake with some flurries and snow showers. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Heavy snow falling in Lewis and Jefferson counties, and a single isolated lake effect snow band from Lake Erie falling in northern Oneida County. In fact, zooming in right here, it's currently impacting parts of Ansville, Western, and heading into Camden as of now. And for today, mostly overcast skies, a high of 24 degrees. We've got a chance for some more spotty snow showers, flurries this evening as a weak clipper moves over our area. A better chance for seeing some snow tomorrow as a system approaches from the southwest. But again, we're talking about those snow totals and well as how cold it gets this weekend in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. We first told you about this yesterday on News Channel 2 at sunrise.
Good morning and welcome back. It's time, of course, to showcase our weather photo of the day, and this one, don't get me wrong, is really, really cool. Take a look at this right here. This is a snow gator, and the person who submitted it said that their grandfather and their son worked on this overnight to surprise Olivia and Coda, pictured here, before they headed out to daycare. But again, take a look at that right there. That is impressive. It's colored green as well. That thing's pretty huge. So again, props to the creators of that snow gator. If you would like to submit your pictures like this one or any weather photo, a nice sunrise or a cool scene you have taken with your camera, submit it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. And of course, if you want credit, you can submit your name and the comment with it as well. A live look at current temperatures in the teens across the area, wind chills as well in the teens. And for today, it's going to remain cold with mostly cloudy skies, but we're going to be dodging a few snow showers, especially during the evening hours. As you can see here, lake effect snow primarily taking place in Lewis and Herkimer County, just north of Old Forge at this point. Isolated snow band heading into northern Oneida County right now. Again, we're talking about additional snow showers tomorrow in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. In your health this morning, self-care is a
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Another cold one today. I think not as cold as yesterday, but still, you're going to want to bundle up as you head out the door. A live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. We're looking at quiet conditions, dry roads, but still very crisp out there this morning. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're tracking two lake effect snow bands. We got a strong one up in Lewis County and Jefferson County at this point. You can see in the dark blues up here. But we're also tracking another snow band. This one is not modeled very clearly in some of the data that we're getting in right now. We're seeing this lake effect snow band from Lake Erie. And this one is going to be hard to kind of follow just because we're not seeing this officially on some of the data we're seeing. But we're going to keep looking at this snow band as it continues to form over parts of western Camden, north of Vienna. We're thinking it will primarily stay in northern Oneida County at this point, but there could be isolated snowfall totals a little bit higher than what most, if not all of us, will see for today in this single snow band. There, again, are two things in meteorology that are the hardest to predict. Of course, ice, and secondly, lake effect snow. Look at current local temperatures: 9 Big Moose, 11 Whitesboro, 16 Whitesboro, 11 degrees in Deansboro. And in the south, 13 Sherburne, 12 Norwich and Oneonta, 11 in Cooperstown and Schenevus. And for today, our highs are expected to climb into the mid to upper 20s, with feels-like temperatures remaining in the teens. So about 10 degrees warmer with those feels-like temperatures today than compared to yesterday. And those wind chills are going to continue to get colder as we approach Friday, tomorrow, and then eventually early Saturday morning, with wind chills possibly double digits below zero, seeing 10 to 15 degrees in some locations in the negatives. Our skycast for today, again, stronger lake effect snow up in off of Lake Ontario in portions of Jefferson and Lewis counties. But again, we're monitoring the lake effect snow band from Lake Erie falling just in northern Oneida County early this morning. Then a weak moisture-starved clipper system moves through our area heading into this evening into tonight. Could produce a dusting of snow in some locations as this gradually passes eastward. And then wind direction shifts and lake effect snow comes to an end north. And we're talking about another chance of some light snow tomorrow as a coastal storm well south of us will clip portions of our area. And you can see right here, it could reach as far north as central Herkimer and Oneida counties. And so lastly, looking at potential snowfall totals across the area, notice the highest snow band totals up near the Tug as well. And as we head into the next several days, there could be additional accumulation, especially as we head into the southern valleys by Friday. And for today, again, a high of 24 degrees, mostly overcast skies. Tonight, a low of 16, again with mostly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast, light snow tomorrow, breezy on Saturday with some lake effect south, drying out on Sunday, but again, very cold Saturday night with overnight lows falling near or below zero.
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And it is chilly out there this morning, but just a little warmer than yesterday morning, right?
Yeah, a little bit warmer, but yeah, it is still cold out. Definitely want to bundle up as you head out the door. Wind chills today will be in the teens. Yesterday, single digits, but to me, after it goes below 20, I feel like it's hard to tell. It's just downright cold. But yes, this morning, looking cold. We're tracking some lake effect snow this morning as well, and then some light flurries possible as we head into this evening. So first, again, local conditions right now, 18 officially in Rome, feels like 11. So wind chills are still very cold out this morning. And around the state, we're seeing very similar temperatures all the way from Poughkeepsie to as far north as Watertown and as far west as Buffalo, between 14 and 20 degrees. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are continuing to see the development of a lake effect snow band in northern Oneida County, which is something that models have a hard time trying to pinpoint, especially this far downwind from Lake Erie. But as you can see here, zooming in, this is impacting portions of western Camden, Route 46, and as far west, or far east, I should say, as Remsen. As regardless, the heaviest snow is still falling in Lewis and Jefferson counties. And for today, again, mostly overcast skies, barring that lake effect snow band currently taking place in northern Oneida County. And then a few light flurries and snow showers this evening as a weak clipper system moves through our area. We're tracking additional light snow possible tomorrow, and still cold weather sticks around until the end of the weekend. I'll explain when that warm air starts to arrive in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Let's get right to that new information.
Camp is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning and welcome back. Let's take a live look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We've got two systems going on right now. We've got very strong lake effect snow from Lake Ontario currently taking place in Lewis and Jefferson counties, with still some snow showers working as far eastward as Old Forge and Inlet. Some of our sky watchers up there reporting some snow. But what isn't too clear is this snow band right here. We've got a snow band all the way from Lake Erie making its way into Oneida County. And this is showing at least some decent snowfall rates on radar. But as we turn our attention to the Mesonet camera networks, the Camden camera is as far close as we can get to that area. And we're seeing right now currently nothing going on. But it did show us a few flurries earlier on this morning. So aside from that system, everywhere else is looking relatively quiet this morning. And as you can see up in Old Forge, plenty of snow up there, temperature of 12 degrees. And of course, here in Utica, 16 for the temperature right now. Cold, definitely want to bundle up today. Again, we're tracking the chance of some light snow this evening into overnight hours and then additional light snow tomorrow. I'll explain exactly where and how much snow you'll be expecting coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. With less than a week to go until the New Hampshire.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. It is still very cold out there this morning. Wind chills not as bitterly cold as yesterday, but still definitely heavy jacket weather. Let's take a live look at quiet downtown Utica right now from our Nexus camera. Traffic slowly starting to pick up as the morning progresses, and a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're tracking two lake effect snow bands right now. A very strong lake effect snow band taking place in, for the most part, Jefferson and Lewis counties, sweeping a little bit farther south into northern Oswego County. But we got another one looking at right here. This is off of Lake Erie. And this one is not picked up by a lot of our atmospheric models and data sets we are using. because this resolution is just so precise. But we're thinking this will linger for an hour or so before gradually shifting north as winds will continue to shift more southeast or southwesterly. But we're going to keep an eye on this snow band right here as the morning continues to progress. Currently over the town of Western, north of Vienna into parts of Camden, and of course right along Route 26. Regarding temperatures this morning, 9 Big Moose, 16 Whitesboro, 14 Little Falls, 17 as we head a little bit to the west, and to the south, 13 Sherburne, 14 Norwich, 17 Skenevis, 12 Cooperstown, and Oneonta. And those temperatures today will climb into the mid to upper 20s, with those feels-like temperatures factoring in wind chill down into only the upper teens. So not as bitterly cold again as yesterday, but still cold out. But we're going to enter even a colder pattern as we head into Friday, especially Friday night and early Saturday morning, with wind chills possibly double digits below zero, 10 to 15 degree negative wind chills possible by the early morning hours on Saturday. Warming up a little bit on Sunday, and then we're done with the bitterly cold temperatures, at least wind chills, for the near future as we head into next week. And so in our Skycast for today, again, we're talking about lake effect snow north. Areas south will remain quiet until this evening as a weak system moves through our area, bringing the chance of some light snow showers moving through parts of central New York. And of course, the lake effect snow north will shift south and then come to an end after several days of an onslaught of snow up in the Tug Hill region. Then Friday, starting out quiet, we're tracking the return of some light snow over parts of central New York throughout most of the day, similar to what we saw on Tuesday with that light snow. It's on the fluffy side and not wet and dense. And so looking at snow totals real quickly, by early tomorrow morning, we're going to see the primary snow zone up in the Tug Hill region. Then as we approach Friday afternoon and Friday evening, we're still going to see additional snow showers push through the area. And notice these snow totals for a lot of the region between trace to as high as 2 to 4 inches in the higher elevations south. And for today, high 24 degrees, mostly overcast skies tonight. A low of 16 with mostly cloudy skies. Our 7-day forecast remaining cold for the next few days. Lows near or below zero Friday night and Saturday night. Warming up a little bit on Sunday, high at 20, but still cold. But then, as we head into next week, highs above freezing in the upper 30s. A January thaw by next week.
Just for a short while, I'm sure.
Yes, a little short while.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook. And
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we would like to send a birthday announcement to Alex McEnroe, the nephew of my good friend Mary. It's his birthday today, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy the day going out to dinner with Mary and his dad, for sure.
Well, that's awesome. Happy birthday. And you got a cold birthday today. It's cold this morning. Temperatures right around the teens this morning. So, yeah, not as cold as yesterday, but still fairly cold out today. We're also tracking some lake effect taking place right now. So let's get to that. A live look at current conditions right now. 18 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. Feels like 11, so about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday morning. But as you can see across the state, similar conditions measured from Albany all the way out to Buffalo, and north is Watertown, and south to Binghamton between 15 and 20 degrees. Now, here's where things get interesting. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Heavy lake effect snow taking place now in northern Oswego County, almost all of Lewis County, and southern Jefferson County. But reports of heavy snowfall taking place from our Skywatcher Sean and Inlet as well. And something to monitor as well, too, is this snow band right here, which isn't getting picked up on any of the data that we've been following, but it's developing, so of course we'll mention it for you guys as well. This is happening just south of Camden in parts of Ansville, Western, Remsen, north of Lee. If you are living in this area, if you would like to email us letting you know or have any pictures sent of the conditions, it'd be greatly appreciated because we lack surface observations in this area right here. And besides that, for today, rest of the central New York is looking pretty quiet with mostly overcast skies and Maybe a few light snow showers and flurries this evening as a weak system moves over our area. We're tracking more light snow, primarily south of I-90 tomorrow, and then even those cool temperatures sticking around into the weekend. I'll explain that in more detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. We first told you about this yesterday on News Channel.
Good morning and welcome back. We are taking a look at our weather photo of the day, and today this one is a good one. Take a look at this right here. This is a photo of a snow gator. Look at how impressive that is. The person who submitted this said that their son and their grandpa were creating these and spent all night preparing it before Olivia and Coda, pictured here, went to daycare and got to see a cool surprise of this giant snow gator here. And this is taken, of course, in Utica. So great job to those who built it. And of course, it's looking absolutely fantastic in that picture. If you would like to submit your photo to us here at News Channel 2, we'll showcase it here at News Channel 2 at sunrise. Send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. And if you want, include your name as well, if you would like some credit on the corner of the screen. A live look at current temperatures right now. 14 Little Falls, 16 Hessville, 12 in Cooperstown, 17 degrees in Westmoreland. So still a little chilly out there as you head out the door. Definitely bundle up. And lastly, a live look at the radar. Heavy lake effect snow north. We're tracking another snow band that is currently in northern Oneida County. We'll go into more detail on that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The time now is 6:44. Still ahead on Sunrise. Fire investigators are trying to figure out what sparked a fire at a stone quarry on Route 12. We'll have that story in
Mark's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Happy cold Thursday this morning as temperatures are starting out in the teens. Not as cold as yesterday, but still very chilly out as you head out the door. A live look at Oneonta right now from our camera atop Hartwick College. You can see some nice colorful reds and yellows in the far distance, but as you can see here, some low-level to mid-level clouds are continuing to move in to a lot of central New York this morning. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We've got two systems we're talking about this morning. First, though, strong lake effect taking place off Lake Ontario, impacting Lewis County, northern Oswego County, southern Jefferson County at this point, and of course, northern Herkimer County. But we're tracking a different snow band taking place right now, too. This one's not picked up on a lot of weather models we have right now, but as you can see here, the town of Western, in between Camden and Vienna. See, look how very narrow these snow bands occur. Quiet conditions north near Williamstown, and to the south near Vienna also looking quiet, but just within a span of a few miles, there could be reduced visibility in that snow band right there, currently impacting portions of Route 26, Route 46, and Route 13 heading towards Camden. We got no official reports on the ground just yet of the current conditions, but in my opinion, based off the radar signature, there could be at least some moderate snowfall taking place right now. Local temperatures 10 in Big Moose, 17 Westmoreland, 12 in Deansboro, 14 Little Falls to the south, 14 in Sherburne and Hamilton, 10 in Skenevis, and 13 degrees in Cooperstown. And for today, those temperatures on paper will climb up into the mid-20s, but again, the wind chills factoring it in will feel like the upper teens by the rest of this morning and this afternoon. We dip down with wind chills once more as we head into Friday night and early Saturday with Arctic-like wind chills in the double-digit below zero wind chills. We're thinking 10 to 15 degrees below zero by early Saturday morning. And again, this is not the temperature on paper. We're just talking about that plus the wind speed cooling things down. Now, on the Skycast, we're tracking lake effect snow primarily north, but as you notice here, we're seeing some more light whites and blues indicating a weak disturbance moving through our area this evening that could produce a few flurries and light snow showers here and there. Nothing completely widespread or steady throughout the evening hours, but enough to produce a coating of snow here and there. Then by Friday, starts out quiet. Another coastal system moves up the coast, similar to what we saw on Tuesday. However, this is moving farther to the south. Thinking areas around I-90 and south are most likely to see that light snow. This will be more steady. And then areas north near Old Forge, not likely to see any of that snow for the most part. Now, looking at our snowfall forecast, again, this is until 2 a.m. Early Friday morning. You can see the primary regions of seeing snow will be, of course, in the Tug Hill region in Jefferson and Lewis County. Then, by Friday and Saturday, you can see here 1 to 2 inches, some locations 2 to 4, and of course the hole in the Mohawk Valley with Utica and Rome barely seeing anything by early Saturday morning. And for today, again, a high of 24 degrees, mostly overcast skies tonight. A low of 16 with, again, mostly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast. Steady light snow, primarily south of I-90 on Friday. Breezy and cold Saturday with lake effect snow, again, impacting the southern valleys. But the main story is it's cold heading into this weekend, and then a January thaw arrives by next week.
Yeah, downright brutal this weekend.
Yes, very cold.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 6:52. Still ahead on Sunday.
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11 with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And once again, bundle those kids up this morning. Not as cold as yesterday, but still downright cold. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
we're still talking about temperatures in the teens, so I think regardless, if it's 5 degrees out, 10 degrees out, it's still cold.
Yeah, and so bundle up if you're heading out today. I got another cold one in store for us. A bit quiet this morning in some spots. In fact, look at the current conditions in Rome, 18 with feels like conditions at 10. So again, not too cold as yesterday, but still pretty bitter out in some spots. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are tracking 2 lake effect snow bands. First, a snow band up in near Lewis and Hamilton counties. Lewis and Jefferson counties, I should say, and northern Oswego County. Another snow band, though, we're monitoring here in Oneida County, impacting areas just north of Lee, south of Camden, and of course in western and parts of Remsen. And this band is very thin, a few miles wide, and this is continuing over the next few hours or so before it eventually starts to sweep north. So you could just be seeing isolated, reduced visibility and snowy conditions in that snow band in the locations I just mentioned. And so again, for today, aside from that snow band, we're starting out quiet for a lot of central New York. Mostly overcast skies, temperatures climbing into the mid-20s by this afternoon. We are tracking more snow possible this evening on the spotty and light side, and then more steady light snow south of I-90 tomorrow. Of course, time it allow that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Let's get right to that new information.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. It's another cold one out there today. Not as downright chilly as yesterday, but still pretty cold out there. Wind chills in the 10s. A live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera showcasing a slightly colorful sunrise right there. We're seeing nice hues of yellows and the very bottom some orange picking up as well. And this will be the main story today. We've got clouds this morning, mid to upper level clouds moving in on top of that. So we're generally talking about overcast skies for today. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Heavy lake effect snow falling in the 3 counties of Lewis, Oswego, and Jefferson counties. And same thing for some locations, especially up in Inlet in Herkimer County as well. A secondary band from Lake Erie taking place in northern Oneida County, western, north of Vienna, Route 13 in between Camden as well. And of course, Route 26 could be seeing some snow showers if you head up that way this morning. And those local temperatures, again, cold this morning. 17 Westmoreland, 10 Big Moose, 14 Inlet, or in the Little Falls. Southern Valleys, 13 Cooperstown, 10 Skenevis, 12 degrees in Oneonta. And the wind chills today will be cold, not as cold as yesterday, but we're going to enter a very frigid weather pattern heading into tomorrow night and into early Saturday. Early Saturday morning, wind chills are likely to be double-digit below 0. And so, again, if you have any plans of driving anywhere or heading out Friday night, early Saturday, definitely bundle up then. Now, looking at our skycast for today, again, starting out with some peaks of sunshine this morning but still generally overcast skies for today as the afternoon progresses. Lake effect snow north. This continues to sweep as you approach the evening hours into the south a little bit, but as you can see here, some spotty light snow showers developing from a weak disturbance heading into the overnight hours tonight. Lake effect snow continues to weaken and then push south by early Friday morning. Then Friday starts out dry, but we got a coastal system impacting generally areas south and east of us, but the northernmost extent of the snow could reach as far north as central Oneida County, just north of Rome. And then as we head into the evening hours, still some steady light snow showers taking place right here. The model we have right now is a little less bullish on the snow. I'm thinking we might see a little bit more. And so look at those snowfall totals over the next several days. You can see that initially lake effect snow is a primary story north, but then as we head into Friday night and Saturday, there could be some accumulations of 1 to 2 inches in the higher elevations in the southern valleys, and then 2 to 4 inches at the absolute highest. For today, high 24, mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, low 16, again, mostly cloudy. 7-day forecast, remaining cold until Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Producing Mirror.
Yes, here's meteorologist Eric Gage. And Eric, still quite chilly out there.
Yeah, that's right. It is chilly out there this afternoon. Not as cold as yesterday, but wind chills are still in the teens. In fact, along with that cold weather, we are seeing an arrival of some scattered spotty snow showers on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Heaviest lake effect snow band is continuing to shift back up north again towards Watertown. But as you can see here in the central New York area, in fact, zooming out a little bit, we can see a weak wave moving over central New York, producing some spots of lighter snow showers across parts of the area. This won't be completely widespread. Some areas will miss out on the snow entirely, while others will see roughly trace amounts to maybe an inch or so. But higher totals will be expected tomorrow, especially south of the Mohawk Valley, as another system moves over our area. Current conditions, 24 degrees, cloudy skies. Again, wind chills in the teens for this afternoon. And again, around the state, looking at temperatures and wind chills similar to us here in central New York. And for today, again, highs in the mid-20s, mostly overcast skies. There have been faded sunshine across the area with those upper level clouds. But again, a few spotty showers in the forecast for this afternoon and this evening. Heading into tomorrow, we're tracking some more steady light snow south of I-90, plus those very cold temperatures heading into the weekend. Full details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. We have been lucky weather-wise. Sadly, though, not so in other parts of the country. There have now been 31 confirmed deaths related to the weather in the past week, and the brutal conditions are affecting travel on the roadways. NBC's Emily Ikeda is over in Buffalo this noon with the latest.
Hey there, well, right now the wind chill is a bone-chilling 7 degrees here, powering a relentless lake effect snow machine. Now, where I'm standing right now, you can see it has recently been plowed, but as I step over here, you can really get a sense for just how deep the snow is. This is an area that has seen snowfall for the past 14 days in a row. So much snow, officials say it's not just a matter of moving the snowfall to the side. They actually are having trucks come in, picking up the snow and relocating the snow to other areas as communities across the country are experiencing extreme weather coast to coast. More than 60 million Americans today are under winter weather alerts, and it's tragically been a deadly Arctic blast being blamed for more than 30 deaths across the country, including 3 deaths right here in Buffalo. And you see these snow plows in this area working around the clock, but today officials are continuing to urge people to exercise extreme levels of caution when you head out on the roadways, because when we see these wind gusts come through, and you can see the snow is still falling as we speak, the winds can pick up the snow, blow it around, and sometimes create whiteout conditions. The snowfall, it's not over yet. Parts of western New York could see more snow. I've got my tape measure here. We could get another foot or even matter of feet of snow through the weekend on top of what has been a wild week of weather. I'm Emily Ikeda in Buffalo, New York, NBC News.
Back here in the Mohawk Valley.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. Happy Thursday. A cold one out there today with wind chills in the teens and temperatures on paper in the 20s. A live look at downtown Utica. Overcast skies, technically, but the sun has been faded across a lot of the area. But for the most part, it's remained relatively dry here in a lot of central New York. But a different story as you turn your attention to the North Country, especially up near Old Forge. Skywatcher reporting several additional inches of snowfall from that very strong lake effect snow band that was primarily impacting Oswego, Lewis, and Jefferson counties. Now, we are tracking additional snowfall starting to form from a weakened system. And as you can see there, those darker blues indicating heavier snowfall rates. For most of us, we'll be seeing a few spotty light snow showers and flurries here and there. But again, those darker blues could see isolated heavier snowfall rates. In the bigger picture, here's that broad rotation you can see as the system slowly passes us to the south. Now, those temperatures again this afternoon, in the 20s, 24 degrees Whitesboro, 26 Little Falls, a little cooler up in the North Country, 18 degrees in Inlet. And in the Southern Valleys, 21 Cooperstown, 20 Skenevis, down to 19 in Oneonta. But again, you factor in those winds, it feels a little bit colder. And we're not done with the cold just yet. As we head into Friday, we're back to frigid wind chills once more. And then heading into Friday night and early Saturday, this is where we're going to be seeing one of the coldest wind chills so far of the season. We're talking close to 10 below zero wind chills, or even a little bit more in those higher elevations. So the coldest night so far will be early Saturday morning, late Friday night, early Saturday morning, before things warm up a little bit heading into Sunday. And so in our Skycast for this afternoon, you can see some light spotty snow showers here and there throughout the day. Heading into this evening, that disturbance pushes south, and the lake effect snow band from Lake Ontario pushes south as well, and also begins to weaken. And it looks to be the end of this very strong snow event that took place up near Watertown and, of course, out west in Buffalo. Tomorrow starts out quiet, temperatures in the teens, but as we approach the afternoon, we're going to start seeing some of that light snow start to fall. This will be similar to what we saw on Tuesday. Very, very fluffy snow. You can almost not even have to shovel it. Use a leaf blower. That could even blow away some of the snow. But we're talking generally 1 to 3 inches between central Oneida County and south as this system continues to push southward. In fact, putting a time frame on the snowfall, again, this is lake effect snow until tonight. Then we're talking about the snow showers possible heading into Friday. As you can see here, 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of additional snowfall, but a little bit less in lower elevations up here in Utica, Rome. And then additional snowfall from lake effect as we approach Saturday, generally downwind out towards Syracuse. And so for today, again, a high of 24, mostly overcast skies tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 16 degrees. Your 7-day forecast, still a little bit unsettled over the next few days, some chances for snow here and there, but again, Friday night and Saturday night are going to be very cold. Then we start to warm up on Sunday, high of 20, and then above freezing, a January thaw by next week. Gary?
Bit of a roller coaster. Yes. Well, big news today from... Welcome back. I'm Gary Lubitor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And Eric, quite the snow totals keep coming in, and looks like there's like 3 different bands going on here.
Yeah, that's right. So what we're looking at right here is we've got a weak disturbance moving through the south, and we've got the 2 lake effect bands, of course, near Buffalo and up near Watertown. Now let's take a look at some of those totals. This is just pretty shocking.
Oh, wow.
35.8 inches of snow reported just to the east of Watertown. And same thing as you head out to Buffalo, 37.8 inches of snow. And I feel like at a certain point, it's kind of hard to measure it when you get to
3 more feet,
3 feet of snow. And some locations with the overall total going back several days approach near 60 inches of snow. So definitely a lot of snow falling out there. Over here, here locally, nothing of that sort is falling at this point. There are a few snow bands currently falling in portions of central New York this afternoon, primarily approaching portions of Shenango County and southern Madison County at this point. But here in the Mohawk Valley, especially Griffith and Rome, 24 degrees, cloudy skies, temperatures feel like the teens. And the main story today are those cold temperatures. Again, not as cold as yesterday, but still on the cooler side. And we're tracking a return to some light, spotty snow showers here and there this afternoon and this evening. And beyond that, tomorrow, more light snow, primarily south of I-90, and a look at even colder temperatures this weekend coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Well, as the U.S. carried out new strikes.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. It's been a cold but quiet day for a lot of the area with isolated lake effect snow primarily north, but that changes as spotty light snow showers will start to fall over parts of central New York. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Things are looking relatively quiet here in the Mohawk Valley, but turning our attention to Oneonta, we can see some light snow starting to fall, of course, on the edge of Otsego and Delaware counties. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Alive radar. First off, taking our attention to the southern valleys, we're seeing some heavier snowfall rates fall right in between Norwich and heading out to the west. And of course, you can see Route 23 right there as well, seeing some of those heavier snowfall rates along Route 12 just south of Sherburne. Same thing for the North Country, however, this is more of a lake effect driven event as some light snow is still starting to fall in portions of Old Forge along Route 28. Our sky watchers up there also reporting in some snowfall totals as well from this morning, approaching several inches or more. In the bigger picture, we're seeing a weak system move south of us, but as you can see, some snow banding is starting to form along that line, and that's where the heaviest snowfall rates are likely to occur. But turning our attention to temperatures, again, it's cold today, but it's going to continue to get colder tomorrow. Starting out tonight and early tomorrow morning, frigid wind chills down back into the single digits, and then Friday night into early Saturday, wind chills falling below zero, in some cases as low as -10 or -15 degrees below zero. So Arctic wind chill expected for early Saturday morning, warming up a little bit Saturday afternoon, and then by Sunday, a little cold, but not too bad as we start to enter a January thaw heading into next week. And so in our Skycast for today, regarding snowfall, still spotty light snow showers expected here and there throughout this afternoon and this evening, winding down tonight as lake effect finally comes to an end after several long days of snow up in the Tug Hill region near Watertown in Jefferson County. It weakens as it shifts southward, and then tomorrow, starting out relatively quiet with mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the teens. Light snow starts to form once more. This will be similar to what we saw on Tuesday, although less widespread, more so south of the central Oneida County line right here. And this will be more of the fluffy side, very fluffy snow, snow that you could blow with a leaf blower type fluffy. And this will continue to push east and south outside of our area come Friday night. Then lake effect snow will start to develop right off of Lake Ontario, impacting portions of Otsego, Madison, and of course, Chenango counties. So looking at snowfall, expected snowfall heading into the next few days, you can see a dusting of snow here and there this afternoon and this evening. Then tonight and into Saturday, we'll see roughly 1 to 3 inches of snow. And then by Sunday, lake effect snow will push additional snow totals, especially east, or I should say west of Morrisville in Madison County. And for today, high 24 degrees. Again, mostly overcast, some light spotty snow showers starting to develop tonight. A low of 16 with mostly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast, still remaining cold over the next few days, warming up as you get into Sunday and into Monday. A January thaw with highs in the mid to upper 30s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 3 people are dead after a power.
At 6, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Tracking some very heavy snow that's falling in northern New York. This band of snow stays out of central New York, so we're looking at generally dry and cold weather. But where it is falling, it's been coming down very heavy. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This band was over northern Herkimer County and Lewis County earlier today. It produced about a quick 5, 6, 7 inches of snow up towards Old Forge and Inlet. The band will briefly drop southward tonight, and then it's going to weaken. The snowfall that's been reported in this band has been unbelievable. 49.7 inches of snow reported at 5:15 in Copenhagen, which is in Jefferson County. We've been getting several reports of snowfall over 40 inches in this band of heavy lake effect snow. And again, it does stay to the north. Our current temperature is 19 degrees. We've been seeing a few flurries today from Lake Erie, but they really haven't produced much snowfall. We will be seeing more snow showers across all of central New York on Friday, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. A very light accumulation is expected. And it's cold here as we head into the weekend. We're going to take a look at the wind chills expected on Saturday afternoon. Snow showers this evening, temperatures in the teens. Again, tracking a cold weekend ahead. A look at the forecast is coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Decision 2024.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. The weather today, relatively quiet. We've been seeing some very light snow showers and continued cold. Similar conditions for tomorrow. We're tracking some very light accumulation possible south of the Mohawk Valley. More on that in just a second. The big story this weekend, the cold weather. We're going to take a look at the wind chill. Remember, that's when we factor in the wind and the air temperature. This is what it feels like on exposed skin. The numbers are going to be heading down throughout Friday. By 3 p.m., wind chills will be in the teens. And then a blast of Arctic air starts really impacting our area beginning tomorrow night and lasting into Saturday. This is a look at wind chills Saturday at 7 a.m. Double digits below zero, and it's widespread, as cold as 20 below, especially in the North Country. And it's going to stay that cold throughout most of the day and even into Sunday. Wind chills look to be below zero. Again, a cold weekend is expected. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're keeping an eye on some lake effect snow to the north. This band of snow is going to drop southward. We can see this big turn in the way that this band is happening. And that's because there's a southwest wind on the right-hand side, but a west wind on the left-hand side. That means the winds are changing. This band should be dropping south into northern Herkimer County and Lewis County over the next several hours before weakening tonight. Skywatchers 19 in Forsport, West Leiden 22, Yorkville 25 degrees, Curtis 20, Norway 23, Mohawk 24, Paynes Hollow 21, also 21 degrees in Milford. The lake effect snow, again, very heavy throughout the course of today across the North Country and more, I should say, northern New York out towards Watertown. This lake effect snow will be coming to an end tonight as winds turn into the north. Just a few flurries out there overnight. Temperatures drop down into the teens. It's cold again Friday, mostly cloudy in the morning. There will be a very weak weather system that passes to the south, and it does bring some light, steady snowfall to areas south of the Mohawk Valley. Just a few flurries in the Mohawk Valley and North Country throughout Friday afternoon. And then the cold weather arrives as that weather system departs. Temperatures drop into the single digits heading into early Saturday morning, and it stays cold Saturday. That north wind will keep any lake effect snow generally west out towards Syracuse heading into Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Snowfall tomorrow, again, not much. A trace to an inch of accumulation expected for the Mohawk Valley and North Country. The southern valleys could pick up an inch or two of accumulation, and this will take pretty much the whole day to accumulate, so it's not expected to cause any big issues on the roadways. Cloudy tonight, low of 16. Tomorrow, light snow, especially south of the valley, the Mohawk Valley, a high of 22. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It is a cold day on Saturday, again, a high of 12, but the wind chill will make it feel like below zero. Just a few flurries in the air. Sunday is looking dry, sunshine 20, and we make a remarkable turnaround temperature-wise. We're climbing in above freezing into the 40s here, possibly with some rain showers by Thursday.
Man, open the windows. Bill, thank you.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6 on RFA Girls Volleyball play.
So let's head outside where it is cold outside and it's going to get colder. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis on the temperatures we can expect coming up this weekend. But when it's cold like this, you have the idea that if you've got a car starter, why not use it? Keep it warm, right? Most of us, we've even got an app now on our phone where we can start up the car and get things warmed up as we head out. But tonight, News Channel 2's Mark Mason has information you need to know on how to keep your car warm and ready when it's that kind of winter outside.
Now, winter can be a pretty dangerous time for cars. I myself had my front right tire blow out before I came into work today. That's a true story. Now, if you can believe it, I take pretty good care of my car, but winter can get to the best of us. Now, I'm sure a few of you watching at home, you know a thing or two about your cars, but maybe you don't know a couple tips that AAA does know for taking care of your car this winter.
This winter, you really take time. Make sure your car, as I mentioned earlier, is prepared with safety emergency stuff that you have that you will be using. Also, make sure that you have windshield wiper fluid, plenty of it. Make sure your wiper plates are in working condition.
Now remember, that's both the front and back wipers you should check. In case of some severe weather outside, AAA recommends you get an emergency kit to keep in your car.
Prepare ahead of time, especially the snow they had out in Rochester and Buffalo last weekend. Take 5 minutes and pack your car.
Blankets, a AAA premium road kit, bottled water, snacks, extra windshield fluid, and, of course, an ice scraper. AAA says that these tools can seriously help and don't take up much space. But sometimes the trouble isn't outside the car, it's inside. AAA says their biggest call-ins this winter are for keys locked in cars, most of the time a result of people looking to warm up their vehicles.
With the car starter, they lock the keys in the car. For some reason, they get in there and, they're rushing around. They get it warmed up, they go back in and do whatever, and then they forget that their keys are locked in there.
It turns out those car starters actually cause more issues than just locked cars. Leaving your car on to warm consistently for long durations can seriously kill your battery over time. Lastly, something I am now painfully aware of, make sure your tires are in working order before you get on the road. AAA says the ice can tear up your tires pretty good, so it's best to keep a lookout. This winter, it's important to keep your battery charged, keep your car healthy, and to keep yourself safe. Reporting in Utica, Mark Mason, News Channel 2.
Back inside from the elements, Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis with a first look at the forecast. And before we go any further, you want to take snow seriously. This is Rochester, okay? Plane went off the runway as they're trying to take off. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but just down the thruway, this can happen
scary.
with this kind of snow.
Yeah, dealing with some pretty heavy snowfall. The heaviest places, snowfall taking place to the north here. But yeah, it's that time of the year we really got to exercise caution. We're going to be tracking a little bit of snow here over the next couple of days. We do have some out there in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but this is weakening. We're getting a lot less deep blue compared to what we saw earlier today.
Good news there.
The cold weather, though, that's not going anywhere. Our current temperature is 20 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. We do have less wind compared to what we were dealing with earlier. So no wind chill at the moment, but the winds are going to be around here heading into tonight. Our weather headlines, again, tracking lake effect snow as it drops south and it weakens. We're tracking a round of widespread snow as we head into tomorrow with a light accumulation south of the Mohawk Valley, but it's going to remain cold here in central New York, even colder for the weekend. And look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Okay, Bill, thank you. It's a story.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening, welcome back. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica tonight. We've been seeing some very light snow showers throughout the course of today, but it hasn't caused any big problems across our region. It's been a very different story to the north with some very heavy lake effect snow. All of us dealing with the cold weather. I wanted to take a look at wind chills tonight. We're really going to start to notice the cold weather arrive tomorrow. Temperatures climb into the low 20s. Wind chills will be in the teens throughout the day. But watch what happens tomorrow evening. We've got a plunge of some cold air that arrives, and it is going to be cold on Saturday. So look at wind chill values. 7 a.m., double digits below zero, as low as 20 below in the Adirondacks. The winds continue throughout the day, which means the wind chills stay below zero throughout Saturday, even into Saturday night and early Sunday, before we'll start to see some relief. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're tracking lake effect snow showers. This band has changed a lot. Does not look to be as robust as it was earlier. We're seeing a lot less of that dark blue. So still some generally light snow showers will be returning to central New York tonight with very little accumulation. Where it did snow heavy, we've gotten reports of more than 4 feet of snow up towards Copenhagen, which is in Jefferson County and into the Tug Hill. Temperatures tonight, cold, cloudy skies, temperatures in the teens. 17 in Sherburne, Schemas, 9, Cooperstown with 14. And again, we're continuing to track some lake effect snow showers tonight. The next weather maker approaches from the south, and this will bring widespread, steady, generally light snow to our area, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies, a few light snow showers, little accumulation expected, overnight lows in the teens. Tomorrow, it's a cold day. Temperatures only climb into the low 20s. We're going to be seeing some light snow showers, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. Look at these temperatures as we head into Friday night and Saturday. We're in the single digits, and we only climb in the teens on Saturday. It's dry. There will be some lake effect snow showers to the west out towards Syracuse. But again, with the north wind, they should stay out of our area. And again, we're just dealing with the cold weather throughout Saturday. A trace to an inch of snow expected across the Mohawk Valley and North Country, 1 to 2 inches across the southern valleys. Again, this is for tomorrow, with that accumulation taking most of the day. So again, it's going to be very light and steady. Excuse me. I almost made it. Steady snowfall. 16 degrees tonight. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, light snow. A high temperature of 22. It's live TV. I'm doing the best that I can. Come on. We're so close. Breezy weather on Saturday, 12 for the high. Do you want to sit next to me, Jay?
No, we're going to go to break.
Okay. High temperature of 12. I'll try not to cough on you. Breezy conditions here on Saturday. 20 degrees for the high on Sunday. Next week, the weather looks a lot warmer, and hopefully we'll feel better, too. Temperatures in the upper 30s here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with some rain showers. We'll be right back.
So let's head outside where it is cold outside and it's going to get colder. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis on the temperatures we can expect coming up this weekend. But when it's cold like this, you have the idea that if you've got a car starter, why not use it? Keep it warm, right? Most of us, we've even got an app now on our phone where we can start up the car and get things warmed up as we head out. But tonight, News Channel 2's Mark Mason has information you need to know on how to keep your car warm and ready when it's that kind of winter outside.
Now, winter can be a pretty dangerous time for cars. I myself had my front right tire blow out before I came into work today. That's a true story. Now, if you can believe it, I take pretty good care of my car, but winter can get to the best of us. Now, I'm sure a few of you watching at home, you know a thing or two about your cars, but maybe you don't know a couple tips that AAA does know for taking care of your car this winter.
This winter, you really take time. Make sure your car, as I mentioned earlier, is prepared with safety emergency stuff that you have that you will be using. Also, make sure that you have windshield wiper fluid, plenty of it. Make sure your wiper plates are in working condition.
Now remember, that's both the front and back wipers you should check. In case of some severe weather outside, AAA recommends you get an emergency kit to keep in your car.
Prepare ahead of time, especially the snow they had out in Rochester and Buffalo last weekend. Take 5 minutes and pack your car.
Blankets, a AAA Premium Road Kit, bottled water, snacks, extra windshield fluid, and, of course, an ice scraper. AAA says that these tools can seriously help and don't take up much space. But sometimes the trouble isn't outside the car, it's inside. AAA says their biggest call-ins this winter are for keys locked in cars, most of the time a result of people looking to warm up their vehicles.
With the car starter, they lock the keys in the car. For some reason, they get in there and, you know, they're rushing around. They get it warmed up, they go back in and do whatever, and then they forget that their keys are locked in there.
It turns out those car starters actually cause more issues than just locked cars. Leaving your car on to warm consistently for long durations can seriously kill your battery over time. Lastly, something I am now painfully aware of, make sure your tires are in working order before you get on the road. AAA says the ice can tear up your tires pretty good, so it's best to keep a lookout. This winter, it's important to keep your battery charged, keep your car healthy, and to keep yourself safe. Reporting in Utica, Mark Mason, News Channel 2.
Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Roads may be tough for cars, but here in New York, a plane trying to take off the runway went off the runway in Rochester. Fortunately, nobody hurt, but this is what we've been talking about. Conditions not good right now.
Yeah, especially to the north where lake effect snow has been. And that's the whole thing about lake effect snow. It's so localized here. Was something they've been dealing with across the North Country. Tonight, the lake effect snow dropping south, but it is a lot weaker. As we take a look at the radar, there's a lot less dark blue now as this lake effect event winds down.
Yep.
Almost 50 inches of snowfall reported in Copenhagen. That's up in the Tug Hill. The snow does wind down tonight. Temperature-wise, well, some of us dealt with the snow, all of us dealing with the cold. Current temperature of 20 degrees. A little bit of light snow being reported at Griffiths and Rome. Again, a light snow accumulation is expected tonight as lake effect snow drops south. The bigger story, the cold weather, which is really going to be settling in as we head into the weekend. And look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It's a story that we broke here last night.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We can see some snow showers starting to return to the Mohawk Valley. We're tracking some very weak lake effect snow. This is a live look in downtown Utica. You can see the flakes flying in front of the screen. Road conditions are not looking too bad, though, and that'll be the case here for tonight. We're not expecting much accumulation. Again, some scattered snow showers. We're all dealing with the cold tonight. The cold is going to get a lot worse here over the weekend. We're going to see the wind chills plummet beginning Friday evening as a push of cold air arrives from the north. Wind chills tomorrow will be in the teens, but then look at Saturday morning, double digits below zero, between about 10 to 20 below zero Saturday morning. Then it doesn't warm up. Saturday, we're looking at wind chills below zero throughout the entire day. The air temperature in the low teens, but that wind is going to be consistent throughout the day. So again, dress nice and warm. And that's the case through most of Sunday, although Sunday we'll see some improvements. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, scattered lake effect snow showers are dropping south as the wind direction changes into the north. This band of lake effect snow is coming to an end. It produced a lot of snow in the Tug Hill, more than 4 feet reported in Jefferson County up towards Watertown. Temperatures tonight, Watertown, or I should say Whitesboro, 22 degrees, Little Falls 15, Lake Pleasant 18. Across the southern valleys, Cooperstown 12, Skinnevis with 11. So it is cold out there. Temperatures will remain in the teens and upper single digits tonight. The next weather system approaches from the south. This is going to bring some light snow south of the Mohawk Valley throughout the day tomorrow. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Again, just a few flurries out there. Little snowfall accumulation is expected. Overnight lows drop down into the teens. Tomorrow, light snow is expected south of the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures climb into the low teens, I should say upper teens, and it does get a lot colder. You're going to notice a drop in the temperature by Friday evening. We're into the single digits. It'll fall into the lower single digits Friday night, and again, just a cold day on Saturday. There's going to be some lake effect snow to the west on Saturday with winds from the north, but again, those bands should stay out of our area. It's looking generally dry. Can't rule out a couple of flurries that may try to sneak in from time to time, but really not expecting much accumulation. Light accumulations tomorrow, a trace to an inch of snow for the Mohawk Valley and North Country. Southern valleys, Route 20 south, could see 1 to 2 inches of snow. And that's going to take almost the entire day to accumulate, so it really shouldn't be a big deal. Cloudy skies tonight, low of 16. Tomorrow, a few light snow showers, steadiest south, high of 22. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy cold on Saturday, 12 for the high. Below zero Saturday night. Sunshine Sunday, 20. Low 30s on Monday, and it warms up. Temperatures climb into the upper 30s to low 40s by Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be right back.